All right, here we are. Levels. Check, check. Okay. Let's start with this one. This one's brand new. I haven't played this one live. And I might play it tonight, so here we go. Picked right out where I left off. No one even noticed I was gone. 'Cause I wiped right out. I wiped right out. When you leave the room, I disappear. Fade from your existence, I am gone. A story forms inside my fear. No matter how much I resist it, it is strong. 'Cause I wipe right out. You won't even think of me. Wipe right out. Wipe right out. Stuck inside the clever lies of all my fears and failings, I am gone. Scanning every frame and every scene for any sign of safety. Am I wrong that I wipe right out? You don't even think of me. Wipe right out. I know what you think of me. Wipe right out. Wipe right out. I see it now, I recognize that there's no sign of safety in this song. So just pick right out where I leave out. No one will even notice I'm gone. 'Cause I wipe right out. You won't even think of me. Wipe right out. I know what you think of me. Wipe right out. You won't even think of me. You won't even think of me. You won't even think of me ever again. Well, there you go. Like I said, that one's brand new. Still working it out, and probably going to want to do something a little different with the third verse, so we'll see. I like kind of returning back to the figure and changing it again. It's very, it's kind of in the spirit of like Ani DeFranco or something, All right, might perform this one too tonight, so let's see. It's Friday, I don't want to go to work today. The work week has worked me instead. I need something to look forward to right the wrong side of the bed. An invitation dealt with the who's, what's, and when's. Well, I'll paraphrase, but here's what it says. And you don't need to be crabby. You don't even need an hour for crabby hour. You don't need to be crabby. You don't even need an hour for crabby hour. Now the smell of steaming felt still lingers here. And Lily Dashay feels miles away. The brims are bound and the conical crowns are all trimmed with vintage failing, and the gold and silver fitting rooms fade to black and white as the scene transforms before your eyes. And you don't need to be crabby, you don't even need an hour for crabby hour. You don't need to be crabby, you don't even need an hour for crabby hour. Now the angle of her hat is bound to bring you back. She ain't no Sally Victor modern day. Now I don't read her essence, but I've heard about the cha-cha hats that sit atop the Pop-Tarts on the pop charts. Pin the label on an East Coast John P. John. She protests, you must be putting me on. And you don't need to be crabby, you don't even need an hour for crabby hour. You don't need to be crabby, you don't even need an hour for crabby hour. Snappy Austin pillbox for Jackie O. Cassini was a choice she wore it once, the legend goes. Now who the fuck is Kevin fucking Federline? And why does it get brought up? It seems like all the time. This recruiter in a kilt, something else today. He offers you a drink and invites you to stay. And you don't need to be crabby, you don't even need an hour for crabby hour. And you don't need to be crabby, you don't even need an hour for crabby hour. Those stupid fucking t-shirts all the hipsters wear, I'm big in Japan. And those idiot hats with that mesh in the back, wear it all the way back to Williamsburg. And Cha-Cha just smiles a knowing grin as she packs another box bound for Tokyo. And you don't need to be crabby, you don't even need an hour for crabby hour. You don't need to be crabby, you don't even need an hour for crabby hour. It's the sort of poet's corner on a Friday night, packed away tight on the Lower East Side. You'll hear poetry and jazz and grooveless urban folk, fitting ritual to get you all back to feeling right, with cape lines and cartwheels for her Catherinettes and a round of drinks for all her crabbyettes. And you don't need to be crabby, you don't even need an hour for crabby hour. And you don't need to be crabby, you don't even need an hour for crabby hour. Conversation stills and the applause dies down. The crowd spills into the street. A smile on their face and a tune in their head. Just the start of an evening they won't soon forget. Close the lights, close the plates. If you showed up late, you'll just have to wait for next week to be crabby. Don't even need an hour for crabby hour. Don't need to be crabby, don't even need an hour for crabby hour. You don't need to be crabby, you don't even need an hour hour. Oh, thank you, Georgian. Yeah, I appreciate the claps. It's real nice. Yeah, so I'll probably play those two things right there. Let me try this one now. This one I'm trying to get into the rotation a little bit, and I kind of dig it, but like many of these, a little hard to play. Just going to dial back the levels a little bit, just so I don't throw in some distortion other than what's on the amp. Analog distortion, great. Digital distortion, yuck. All right, let's try this one. Today became the saddest day, with a tragic clip from a morning DJ. The singer has no more breath to spare, so there's only one song left to play. There's nothing I can do, there's no more to say. Waiting for the silence when the music drifts away. Make it last like a photograph, standing up on your behalf. A nod from the conductor to the first chair to read the last note from the staff. And I heard my own voice coming out loud and clear. I knew that this is the last song I'll ever hear. This is the last song I'll ever hear. Eye to eye with the silence, I voice my concern that there's nothing to fill up this space anymore. Inside of the silence, outsiders go unheard. There's nothing to fill up this space anymore. There's nothing to fill up this space anymore. The streets are empty again today. All the artists have all gone away. Now the music comes from who knows where. Not a single human note was played. Well, there's nothing much I can do. It's not like we get a say. So settle in for the silence. Settle in for the silence. Settle in for the silence. And the music drifts away. think that will definitely have to fade out with the reverb tail when I do that one live, you know. I think that would probably make sense, right? All right, let's pick another tune. I'm gonna look at my set list here. Yeah, let's do this one. This one's pretty good. And that same register. I took it right out of the blue. What happened next surprised me too. I took it right to clear my head. Said I'd return, I pressed on instead. I took it right and I rode all day. Had to do more than get away. I took a ride, I held my breath. I had to see if anything was left. You're in my blind spot, baby. Trailing me everywhere. You're in my blind spot, baby. I can't see you, but I know you're there. Took a ride out of concern, not for myself, nor my return. I took a ride, I drove all night. I read the land by my headlights. You're in my blind spot, baby. Trailing me everywhere. You're in my blind spot, baby. I can't see you, but I know you're there. I took a ride across the years, from scene to scene, shifting gears. I took a ride to ease my mind, but I couldn't leave the past behind. You're in my blind spot, baby. Trailing me everywhere. You're in my blind spot, baby. I can't see you, but I know you're there. I can't see you, but I know you're there. Took a ride 'cause I know what's next, but no sense of when or what to expect. I took a ride because I know our number's up and it's time to go. But it's been a blind spot, baby. Don't take it too personal. It's been a blind spot, baby. And it's too late to reverse it now. It's too late to reverse it now. It's too late to reverse it now. All right, there we go. Yeah, let's do this one. Why not? Turn a little to face the camera. wish I'd seen it, I would have stopped, would have gathered the strength to put it off. We love the lessons, but then refuse to learn from them. I'm leaving it all to someone else, all to someone else. I should have seen it, I should have stopped, should have gathered the strength to put it off. We take our chances, but I can't take it anymore. That's a little messed up right there. I'm leaving it all to someone else, all to someone else. I'm leaving it all to someone else, all to someone else, all to someone else. And I'll feel better once this is done, 'cause we can't stop it once it's begun. Once we'd seen it, we could have stopped, could have spoke up, instead we let it drop. We all tell our stories, but I can't take it anymore. I'm leaving it all to someone else, all to someone else. I'm leaving it all to someone else, all to someone else, all to someone else, all to someone else. All right, going straight into the amp, no effects. It's just the amp, just the guitar and the amp. I think I'll do one or two more. I don't want to, strain my voice. I do have to perform tonight. And one of those songs is kind of high for me, so I can already feel it. I want to try this one, though, if I might. Because you can tell I got this tone on the guitar. I got this tone on the guitar, which is a little grittier than normal, and I want to see if this tune works with it, so let's give it a try. Doesn't matter what we hoped, the fever never broke. Their anger burned with no evidence into something uncontrolled. Doesn't matter what we hope, the fever never broke. We're strangled up in the selfishness, no slack left in the rope. Expecting, I don't know, some defensiveness, yet all they did was gloat. Let the record show didn't happen on its own, but if we get a second go, we'll cut it in stone so we remember it always. Doesn't matter what we hope, the fever never broke. Spellbound in this illogical narrative that we could not decode. Strung out on the snake oil palliatives and resentments over soul, acting out a string of imperatives dealt out by cheats and trolls. Let the record show didn't happen on its own, but if we get a second go, we'll cut it in stone so we remember it always. Doesn't matter what we hope, the fever never broke. In the script where there should be a signature, where someone scratched out what we wrote. Now we fortify the perimeter with topics we can't broach. We won't admit how we're similar when you get us on our own. We exist on more of a continuum, the gap between us overblown. So why we gonna stop, look or listen on? Just treat each other like a joke. Let the record show didn't happen on its own, but if we get a second go, we'll cut it in stone so we can let the record show it didn't happen on its own, but if we get a second go, we'll cut it in stone so we remember it always. We'll remember it always. All right, that's not bad with that tone right there. I think that's okay. All right, I want to try one more like that. It's in the same register too. So let's try this again with the. I think this will be the last tune that I do, but this one is new. When there's nothing left to say, hope we'll find a way. When there's nothing left to do, silence fills in for the truth. Must be almost twice as good to rate as half as worthy and pretend it's okay. So you pretend it's okay. When there's nothing left to gain, the drive inside us starts to drain. When there's nothing left to lose, we might finally make our move. I'll try to read it closely, but it doesn't feel remotely like a thing you would say. I get that you were joking, but I don't need diagnosing to feel more afraid. When there's nothing left but pain, we shouldn't leave it unexplained. When there's nothing left to prove, stuck inside this endless loop. You do us a disservice when you keep it on the surface and try to portray that everything we're learning surely justifies the journey and the price that we pay. And we pay. With the epilogue approaching, when I try to take it slowly and savor this day. The threshold's only twice as good to rate as half as worthy, and that's all it would take. Of course, I can't, I'm the only, but you clearly didn't know me if you think I would say. This one last thing in closing, well, I wish that you could show me any difference we made. 'Cause silence finds a way how to pretend it's okay. All right, I'll do one more, and then I'm out, and I'll go have some dinner and get to the show. But I really kind of would like to get this one down. This one's another brand new one. I haven't played this one. I don't think I played this live. No, I played it live once, I think. Still working it out, but I want to take it into the studio later this month. So here it is. Every tablespoon of energy portioned out so carefully, the challenge of it honestly, suppressing all our tendencies. We're not doing any good around here, just doing what we could. It's weird, but we're not doing any good around here. Around here, around here, around here. Because we give our labor willingly to ruling class war enemies who keep us all perpetually under constant threat of poverty. We're not doing any good round here, just doing what we could, it's clear. We're not doing any good around here, around here, around here, around here. And that voice creeps in every time, as if it were planted there by design. Litany, red line by line, but if I could modify a single line, a single soul might see a single sign, doing every single sign. But I'm not doing any good around here. Been doing what I do for years. I'm not doing any good around here. Around here, around here, around here. So with every tablespoon of energy, portion out unselfishly until there's no more left of me. But if I could modify a single line, a single soul might see a single sign. Give me a sign, a single sign. Give me a sign, give me a sign, give me a sign. Don't quite know how to end that. That's going to do for now. Hey, thanks for joining me today, and do this again soon.